What is collision fidelity for Roblox unions? Have you ever wondered how objects in Roblox interact with each other? One important aspect of this interaction is something called collision fidelity. So, what exactly is collision fidelity for Roblox unions? Let's break it down. Collision fidelity refers to how accurately the physical boundaries, also known as hitboxes, match the visible shape of a union or mesh object. This is essential because it affects how players and objects physically interact in the game world. When you create unions in Roblox, you are combining parts using a system called constructive solid geometry. This means the collision shapes can be simplified for better performance. Roblox provides several settings for collision fidelity, each with its own advantages and drawbacks. The simplest option is the box setting. This creates a basic bounding box around the union. It is fast and uses minimal resources, but it does not fit complex shapes very well. Next up is the hull setting. This generates a convex hull around the union, which is a tighter fit than a box. It works well for objects that do not have deep indentations or holes. Then we have the default setting. This produces an approximate collision shape that can handle some concavities, striking a balance between accuracy and performance. For those who need the most detailed collision shape, there is the Precise Convex Decomposition setting. This closely approximates the actual geometry of the union. However, it requires more processing time and can impact game performance. It is important to note that Roblox's constructive solid geometry system does not fully support holes or very complex shapes. This means that collision fidelity may not perfectly match the visual model, especially for unions with intricate designs. Developers often work around this by splitting unions into smaller parts or adding custom invisible collision parts to improve accuracy. Collision fidelity settings cannot be changed while the game is running. They must be set in Roblox Studio before the game starts. This is because collision geometry calculations happen during design time and cannot be recalculated dynamically. Here are some practical tips for working with collision fidelity in unions. Use lower fidelity settings like box or hull for simple objects that do not require interaction. For more complex shapes that need better collision accuracy, opt for default or precise convex decomposition, but keep performance in mind. If you find that the collision accuracy is not sufficient, consider breaking the union into smaller parts or adding invisible collision parts shaped to fit the desired hitbox. Additionally, enable visualization tools in Roblox Studio to see collision boundaries and test how collisions behave. In essence, collision fidelity for Roblox unions is all about how closely the collision boundaries match the visual shape of the union. Understanding and adjusting this setting helps developers create better physical interactions in their games while managing resource use effectively.